Everyone, what's up? Welcome back to Legit Agents YouTube channel. Super fun. We've got a couple different things going on. I will be speaking at an event downtown Denver here in a couple of weeks, which will be super fun. We've talked about this before. We hit our 1,000,000th download on our podcast, which is the set you guys are watching right now. Man, just a lot going on. We'll get a couple of things I don't want to overly talk about,
sure,
because they just shouldn't be quite in the public yet. But we're gonna start exposing you guys to just some things that we do. We've got some friends that are running a special operations shoot. We've got a couple of those this summer. I'm one of their lead instructors, so I'll be taking people through that. So we'll try to show as much as we can.
That'd be cool.
From that, it's probably just going to be the road trip.
Yep.
We can't show much of the ranges, but a lot of fun stuff that we're going to be showing and just exposing to you guys, not only just with real estate specific stuff, but just how we go about running events, speaking at events, and then just day in the life of what we're actually doing every single day. And the reason why I'm so long-winded with all of that is because we're talking about fucking video today. Everything I just talked to you guys about when it comes to lifestyle and what we are blessed to do in our families and cold plunges or whatever bullshit we're diving into, and however we got it all to come into fruition, we've been exposing through video. But prior to exposing all of this to video and just capturing it for you guys, we were utilizing video for acquiring clients via social media.
Yeah, man, that was a really, for you and I starting off, I think what was pivotal to our success was just the understanding, probably coming from both of our separate backgrounds, the understanding that, hey, people don't care what brokerage you're at. They don't care if you're a Remax, Liv Sotheby's, EXP, whatever the hell, Rheology, ERA. They don't care about any of that stuff. What they care about is, hey, who is the person I'm going to be working with?
They want to be able to know, like, and trust you, right? And the know is obvious. They got to know who you are.
Yep.
Before a like or a trust you can come in. And here's what's interesting, man. Our demographic of prior clients, current clients, it's so diverse. And I love it because when I first got in real estate, this is something I kind of already knew, but it just confirmed over time. When you first start real estate, you go to a traditional brokerage and people are like, all right, what's your ideal client?
Yeah.
That's the first thing you say because you're stupid.
Yep.
You don't know how to think yet. So you say things like, and you're like, a family on their second kid, so they have to sell their first time home and buy the new home that's bigger. And they're having you concoct this image in your brain and of what your ideal client is, et cetera, et cetera. And a story I reflect on all the time that kind of confirmed my thoughts prior to, and now our own execution solidifies it for me. But when Eminem talked about rapping, and there was this one time he was I can't remember if he was at the Garden, wherever he was at. He had already made it. He was already doing big concerts, and he was just focused on creating as much content as possible and just bringing good rap, right? Not his ideal client, and making something for his ideal client per se. Yep. He was just being true to himself, creating as much content as possible, as much video as possible, and he's white and everybody knew it. But he was at the Garden or some big stadium. It was sold out, and something happened on accident while he was conducting his show. And that accident was the lights came on. And he said when the lights came on, he was amazed by how many teenage white kids were in the audience.
Yeah.
And it blew his mind.
A bunch of teenage white girls, too.
And I remember him talking if you'd have tried to get him to peg his ideal client per se.
Yeah. Not that.
Impossible, right? But the same thing for us. But this is why video is so powerful. None of us are that big of a deal. Who are you to try to dive in and figure out who your ideal client is versus let the market speak for itself. Focus on being a great professional. Focus having quality content, and whatever people are watching from you, make sure it's a value add and something that they can learn from, and allow the market to speak for itself, as in allow people to choose who they want to work with. And everything that we've had from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everybody comes from different walks of life, different demographics, everything. But they've all appreciated our hard work, our consistency, quality of video, quality of content. We literally have a guy that's pretty much in the cabinet for Facebook, one of Mark Zuckerberg's higher ups, and he would not be what you think. We'll leave that part at that, not part of the conversation, but he's that high up for Facebook, right? And when he was talking with us when we were helping him buy in Boulder, he said, man, I had a certain time window I could get this done, and you guys are super consistent. You've never missed a video. The quality of video that you guys have is outstanding. Everything you guys speak to was relevant, and I was learning something while I was watching you guys. It had nothing to do with anything else. It was everything all the atmospherics that were applied, and he made a judgment call based off of our value. The power behind video is you get people to know you because your videos can start scaling. They can go viral. If you're consistent, they're going to go viral in their own way on your channel. But you're allowing people to just get a perception of who you are to the best of their ability, minus meeting you in person. right? So they get the no factor because you're being consistent on video. The like and the trust comes down to just how you articulate yourself on camera, where your intent comes from, where your professionalism comes from.
Consistency.
And you're everywhere allowing the market to make the decision, not you trying to peg who your ideal client is. And dude, if we had to peg that, we wouldn't have a quarter of the clients we have right now.
Yeah. It's one other factor that I think, we do really well that I think would be able to help a lot of other agents is our videos are very platform specific. So on YouTube, the videos that we make on YouTube, we're speaking to a specific type of person, not like you're talking about like this caricature of somebody, but hey, we want someone who's going to buy a home, who's moving to Colorado and they're going to buy a home from us. And the content that we put on there is very, very, very protected in this little ecosystem because the algorithm is working in our favor now. And then, our Facebook Lives, when we first started out, hey, we're speaking to local people in Colorado who already know, like, and trust us because they're on our friends group.
We did it once a week.
We did it once a week.
Without missing for an entire year. This is the other thing people have to understand. Even though video is very powerful, you still have to be super consistent with it, and you can't have any falter. You got to stick to it no matter what. Even to this day, we've never missed a video on YouTube.
Yeah, nope.
Twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, but twice a week, every single week, no matter what. And I think, the last thing I'll leave everybody with today is videos also allowing people to really get a concept of who you are. When you're looking at realtor.com or Zillow leads and all that good stuff, best way I've ever heard it described is that it's a blind date. You're calling and doing all this stuff. Someone answers their phone or accidentally answers. They decide to give you a chance, whatever it is. And then you're meeting that client for the first time. They don't know, minus your headshot on Zillow, they don't know who you are, what you're all about. I guess you're expecting them to maybe go dive into your social media, to maybe go look at you. They won't. No. They're not that invested.
They don't give a shit. Yeah.
So when you're showing up, it's a blind date. When you've got scalability through video, people have abundance of knowing your personality, your characteristic traits, how you behave, what type of humor you have, whatever it may be, and what you look like. And we have not had one bad client through YouTube, man. Like, we have not had one person that did not want to work with us or appreciate us or like us or a personality conflict or, anything. And it's because it's the attraction side, man. They're choosing to call, text, or email us based off of the video that they get to see. And even much of you watching right now, maybe you don't like my GBRS hoodie. That'd be unfortunate because those guys are badass. Okay, like, support your fellow SOCOMs. Maybe you don't like my green jeans. Maybe my tattoos aren't for you. I don't know. Or maybe you're getting so much value from what we have to say. You don't care about my hoodie. You don't care about my tattoos. You don't care about my shoe selection. You are super appreciative of free content that's a value add and intended to help you. And there's no recruiting. I don't know who you are watching this. I appreciate the subscribes. I appreciate the support in the comments. And if you decide to be a part of our network, I think that's amazing because I think you and I do a great job at helping agents build their business and their brand. However, there's nothing obligatory about this in order for you to do that. You're getting the content for free, and we're here to help agents wherever, however, regardless, with no, predetermined outcome, which is amazing. So maybe everything that I wear bothers you none. You're just in it for the intent that we have and for the professionalism that we have in helping you. And this is where you have to be yourself. I guess I'll really leave you with this. Whether you're wearing a suit and you love it or you're dressed like me and you love it, you just have to be yourself. I've got buddies that wear suits. They wear them amazing. You can tell that that's really them. And I've also seen people that are just doing it to fit in, and that's not them. I've also had people dress like us, and you can tell they don't need to be dressing because that's not them either. When you're on video, you have the opportunity to give people your authentic self, be authentically yourself, but still apply professionalism, knowledge of your said practitionership. So you as a realtor, like, display your professionalism and your knowledge in your craft, have the appropriate intention of helping people regardless of whether they call you or not, and just be a good dude about it, be a good person about it. You'd be surprised the different demographics and different styles of people decide to work with you because they feel like they can trust you.
Completely. My final words here, if I had to put a cap on this, I would say, there's multiple ways to build a business in real estate, right? It's been done pretty much everywhere there is. It's really what you want to do, right? People may look at video and they're like, man, I'm not comfortable with video, or hey, that just takes a long time to develop. You know what? Sit down and take a 2-hour calling session, 6 days a week for months on end, and take your 100 conversations to get one conversion. Man, that might work for you. But if you can take that same amount of time, devote it to a little bit of real estate content, delivering real value to real people out there. I don't know any other stream of prospecting, as we'll call it, even though I hate that word, where you're not getting leads. I wouldn't even say you're getting buyers, even though we call them buyers, not leads. You're getting fans. Like, the people that reach out to us are literally fans who happen to want to buy a home with us.
One of our clients that bought a house with us, man, he's one of my elite coaching clients.
Yep.
He pays me a lot of money because he's also now starting to get into real estate on the license side, but he's been doing Airbnbs and different stuff, and he's got some questions when it comes to content and just really building his brand. And literally somebody that chose us off of our YouTube channel. and then purchase a home through us and move to Colorado, is also utilizing elite coaching. So
That's awesome.
Guys, whether it's coaching, whether it's being a part of our brokerage, whatever it is, right? Like you're either going to watch this for free and go crush and not ask us for a thing, no problem. Or you're going to be a part of our business and our brand and our network, and we're going to help you build yours. Or you're going to need some one-on-one coaching, whatever it is. Like there's abundance for you guys to have. But the bottom line is I have no idea who you are right now unless you decide to reach out, which I think is amazing, right? So people are reaching out, which they do a lot of. Man, we had over 100 people join just last year alone, which is amazing. But we're in it for the right reasons. I think people can tell. I love that. I love being a little bit against the grain, because I think that's just me. I don't know. But I know it all comes from a good place. And I think people have that sixth sense. Of just knowing someone's intent. I think intent is one of the most powerful things people should judge in the first place.
Agree.
But either way, man, just a lot of things to think about. Whether you're new, you've been around for a long time and you're having to rebrand, or whether you've been around for a couple of years and just haven't quite got it yet, or maybe you're a team leader and you do get it, you do understand it, but you're ready for that next level. Either way, there's something for you. And we appreciate you guys subscribing and watching and everything that we have to do. And
get out there and
man,
make some videos, guys.
We'll see you guys on the next video.
Yeah, see you guys.